Hello everybody! I am here to do part 2 of my Boston scores. And these are actually from, one is from what do you call it? It was a used bookstore that me and my wife had stopped at. And I found a couple finds. Then after that, the last day I was there, before we flew out, I ended up hitting one store that's in Salem, which is right across from where we were staying in Beverly. So very cool. I don't want this to be long. Just going to dive right into it. So first up, we got Ramsey Lewis. Ramsey Lewis, Back to Roots off Cadet. Nice, cool little cutout cover there. This one is a cool little sampler, if you would. This is one of the Warner Brothers. I think it's called Lost Leaders, which is sort of like a promotional release that Warner Brothers was doing. And I think it was Jeff Record Man was talking about this. But Jeff Record Man, poor Jeff. I shouldn't say poor Jeff. Happy for you, Jeff. Yeah. may your YouTube account rest in peace. And best wishes for you, my man. But the 1969, what is this? Warner Reprise record show. Double album set. Nice little kind of book sleeve, if you would. It's just basically a sampler of I guess the artists that they had at the time. I mean, you got the Blue Velvet Band, Randy Newman, Pearls Before Swine, Sweetwater, Arlo Guthrie, the Mothers of Invention, Van Dyke Parks, Jethro Tull, Neil Young, the Kinks, just Jimi Hendrix. Very cool little sampler. Covers a little beat, but the vinyl is beautiful. Next, I found George Benson. Good King Bad CTI release. CTI George Benson's probably the best George Benson. Next one up is Robin Trower, Victims of Fury. Always cool. Then this one was interesting. This one was very interesting. New music for guitar from ECM. It's a radio station in-store sampler, promotional release, not for sale copy. It's basically just a sampler. It's exactly that. You know, ECM sampler. You got Ralph Towner on here. You got Jack DeJohnette with John Abercrombie, Dave Holland, Bill Connors. Pretty cool. I haven't listened to this. I actually should listen to this. But 1975, I thought it was damn interesting. Then a Ravi Shankar. It's just India's master musician. Can never go wrong with Ravi Shankar. And the last of the bookstore finds is Gil Scott Heron and Brian Jackson from South Africa to South Carolina. Hold on, gotta see all that cover. Yeah. This I listened to one side of this, very soulful. I really enjoyed this one. So those were all $2. So that was a cool score. Now on to my actual record store finds. First one up is what we're listening to in the background. It is Pat Metheny with Ornette Coleman, Charlie Hayden, Jack DeJohnette, and Donardo Coleman. Song X. This song actually is quite mellow. From what I've heard so far, this record is like total madness. It's just fast paced, in your face, just whoo, just gone. But Keith Jarrett with Jan Garbrick, Pally Danielson, John Christensen. My Song off ECM. What number is this? I don't even know. ECM 1115. Oh yeah. Hold on. I gotta do it. This one is definitely a killer score. Luther! Sorry, I can't help myself. I love my Blue Thumb scores. Before I went on up to Boston, I actually was looking for this one. And I found it online, and I put a bid in for it, and I was outbid. So when I went and pulled it out, I was like, oh, I couldn't believe it. But definitely cool, definitely cool. Super mellow, Paul Humphrey, super mellow. Definitely, how do you say, like a funk soul record, if you would. At times it gets a little cheesy, but overall pretty damn cool. And it adds to my Blue Thumb collection. So I was very happy with this one. The wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Eberhard Weber Yellow Fields ECM release. This one was pretty cool. I was listening to it last night. It's John Sermon and Jack DeJohnette, The Amazing Adventures of Simon Simon. Over the last, I don't know, couple months, kind of discovered John Sermon and have been gaining a lot of respect for this guy. I definitely need to find more from him. I love what he does, especially with the bass clarinet, which for some reason my ear just loves the sound of the bass clarinet. And I love it when you have a jazz musician play bass clarinet. It's just something about it. It's just, I don't know, it's like the perfect instrument for me. Then again, who the hell knows? It's not something that's generally played with jazz, but John Sermon does soprano and baritone saxophones, bass clarinet and synthesizer, and of course Jack DeJohnette is doing drums and percussion. So, very cool record. This is a Soul Note score. My first one, I think. I'm pretty sure. The Barry Altschul Quartet / Quintet. What's that one called? That's Nice. I was listening to a little bit of this. Barry Altschul is a drummer, and I mean he is just kicking it up big time on this record. The drumming is just phenomenal. Really liked it. Only listened to a couple songs though, not the whole thing. This is definitely a cool score. Chris, Mr. Astral Traveler, was talking about this one a while ago, but it's Buddy Terry, Awareness. I only listened to the first track on this, but it definitely was catching my attention big time. And I mean, you know, if Astral Traveler gives it the thumbs up, then shit, who am I to argue? Times Square, Gary Burton, Times Square. Another Gary Burton quintet, Whiz Kids. This one was cool. This was the last one I found. It was like underneath and hidden when I was at the counter. I pulled it out. I was like, oh yeah. Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, The Witch Doctor. Nothing needs to be said. Nothing needs to be said. This one was definitely a cool score. This one was definitely a cool score because I like the label. And I try and get anything off of Microfine, and they didn't have very many releases. But this is off of the very killer Vortex. And look at the number, right? SD 2012. That's what we're in, baby. So I was excited when I pulled this one out, and it is the Keith Jarrett Trio, Somewhere Before. I've yet to listen to this one, but I have high expectations. This is a live recording. And the last one I got up for part 2 is another one that when I pulled it out, I was like, oh shit! Because this is one I've been looking for a while. And it's a Japanese press, which just makes it all the better. And it is Chick Corea. Tones for Jones Bones, baby. Another Vortex release, but because it's a Japanese press, it's actually on the Atlantic label. From 1971, I do believe, with the Obi. Absolutely mint condition. I listened to this record, and it's Chick Corea's first record. So it's not the Chick Corea that I'm used to hearing. You wouldn't, to be honest, except for maybe bits and pieces, you would not know that this was a Chick Corea record. You know, this is definitely not him developing into a style. This was him starting out, and it's killer record. I absolutely love his solos, especially on the first song, Litha. His solo is like mind blowing, absolutely wonderful. But it is not the Chick Corea that I know and love, but still really dig this record. So that is part 2. I will do part 3 in the next couple days, I guess. I don't know when. I actually just picked up part 3. I just picked up all the records that will be in part 3 from my sister. She had them because she drove down with them. But that is another video. I had a whole bunch of new people subscribe to me. Thank you very much. I love you all. And till next time.